Okay, this morning we're going to put on some sashing between our blocks on a quilt as you go. So I'm on my last block to get connected here, and this is the back side. You see it has just a fine stitch along the edge all the way up, and the front appears to have no stitching because it's stitched in the ditch, except where I wasn't too careful. So anyway, I've cut strips for my front that are 2 inches wide, and strips for my back that were cut at 3 1/4 inches wide, and then pressed and folded in half. So you take your back strip and you lay it along the back side of your fabric with the selvage edge facing out. So it's all raw edges on here. Then you take your front strip, and in my case I've got words on it, so I have to go directional, and I'm doing them every other direction down through here. So you want that right side's facing too. You want to make sure you've got it the way you want it. I'm trying to do every other one is getting turned the other way, so this looks correct, and I can test that just by flipping over the edge and see that I'm going the way I want. Leave yourself a little bit of room at the edge so that you can trim that off, because you're going to want to trim that perfectly even in the next step. So go ahead and flip that down through. Make sure they're together nice and even. Now I put quite a few clips down through. You don't have to use that many, but I don't like anything to take a chance it'll shift. And then I can flip it over, make sure that I've got this all even all the way down through here. If not, make a little adjustment so that you've got everything nice and even, all the raw edges showing. And then you're going to take it to your machine, and I've got mine set up here for 1/2 inch, and I use the tape. I was using one of these little magnetic things, but it just was too much of a pain taking it on and off, on and off. So I decided to go with just some painter's tape and put that along at my 4/8 1/2 inch. And then you're just going to stitch right along here all the way down to the end. At the beginning you want to do a nice little back stitch so that you can make sure that you've got that anchored well. So back stitch a couple stitches, it's fine. I'm just going to stitch all the way down here at 1/2 inch. Okay, I've come to the end here. Stitched it all the way down at 1/2 inch. And then you can see that it's nice, set up just the way you want it. Now we're going to take it over and we're going to trim off both edges to be perfectly even. For this step I like to use my rotary cutter, and I just line this up right along the edge and take that right off even there. Same thing over here. Just line it right up along the edge. And take it off even. it. Now, the next step is back to the machine where we're going to put our next piece on. And it's going to go right sides facing, right on top of this, and get clipped. Make sure you're following your pattern, your block pattern. And I know that I have a picture of mine on the wall, so I know what goes next. And I lay this piece right on top of here. And I can preview it just by going like this to see how it's going to be. And you're going to clip all along this edge, or pin if you don't have clips. Okay, again, I'm probably a little clip heavy. There's my clipped edge. And I can turn it over and make sure that everything over here is even and accurate. And I can see that a couple of spots went off a little bit, so I'll adjust those. Make sure that that's all straight. It looks good. And we're going to take it over the machine. And from this side, we're going to stitch all the way down at a 1/2 inch, keeping this flap out of our way. Okay, we're back at the machine. We gotta get our clip out of the way. Make sure that you're keeping it your 1/2 inch. And again, a couple of back stitches, tack that down. And you're going to stitch all the way down at a 1/2 inch. Oh, and my bobbin ran out. So there's that. Okay, so we're back at it. Had to change a bobbin. It happens. Sure had some preloaded, but I didn't. So anyway, picking up where I left off. Now all my edges all wonky because I took all my pins out, or my clips off. So I guess I gotta go back over here and get that back in order. Okay, we're back here where it left off, where it chopped off the edge of my, or ran out of bobbin. I'll get that line back up. Back stitches there. And we're back in business. And clip that off. And our next step is to take it over to the iron and we'll open this up and you'll get to see how well it's nesting. Okay, so we're at the ironing table and you can see that this nests beautifully. No gaps. And you're going to want to press that. Sorry for the wiggly photo. Doesn't do too well on the wobbly ironing table. And we're going to press this over too. This is going to get pressed over, and that is what covers up your back seams. You can see there's just a little bit going to come over, just a tiny bit, and that's all you need. To make sure that stays there, I use some glue. It's just the Elmer's washable school glue. I have used the stick too, but it's a little harder to deal with. Rubbing it down through here, just a little messier. But it is an option. Okay. Now we're going to press this right over the top of that. And give it a good press with your iron, and it will dry that right up. You can see it's already stuck. We're going to go back over to the machine, and we're going to do a stitch in the ditch right down through here all the way. As you can see that you've got enough sticking out on this side that you're going to catch that all the way down, and the glue is going to make sure that it doesn't travel away from you. Okay, I'm trying to get you the best angle I can on this stitch in the ditch. So the very edge of my foot right here is going to stay right along this edge here. So hopefully this will stay hidden. I'm using the black thread. I've used it all the way through this project, even though some of my pieces I'm connecting to are white. But it seems to be working, and it stays hidden in the shadows. I'll put it down in with my hand first. Make sure I got it where I want it. And then travel right on down through here. And you're supposed to be watching the presser foot, not the needle. Although I watch both. Take your time. Do the best that you can to get down through there. Back stitch on both ends. And that's it. You've gone all the way down through there with your stitch in the ditch. On the back side, it's going to look like this. You do have a little bit of a seam showing, or not seam, but a little bit of a stitch showing down through there. But all this is connected. You've caught it. It's sealed up in there, and there's no gap. And you're ready to move on to the next row. This is our project. I'm on the second row down from the top, and I'm at my vintage Kenmore 385, my little workhorse. Thank you. I hope that helps somebody. Have a great day, and please share this.